Good evening, good evening, good evening. I apologize. I'm back on. I'll let you folks join me here. I was going through some of the sites, some of the things I wanted to show you, and some audio started playing a video from somewhere. I didn't know where it was, and I couldn't get it to stop because I couldn't find it. And it just was playing, and it was in my ear, and it was very distracting. So I apologize. So I'm going to wait till I get some more people because we have some more people on. But yeah, so I apologize for that. I don't know where that audio started coming in from. It's a pain in the butt. Like I said, I need a technician. Anyone want to volunteer to help Freddie Vasquez? I need a technician so I don't have to go through those problems. Again, I don't know where that audio, and I hate when they do that. You know, you go to a website and the audio just starts automatically playing because they want you to pay attention to their stuff. Anyway, folks, I apologize for that. I'm back on. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. That's right. The Sage Crime Family, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. I apologize for the inconvenience there, for the problem when I had to stop, technical difficulties, but I'm back on. Let's talk about it. The Sage Crime Family. Why am I speaking about the Sage Crime Family? Well, because in my research, I've found a lot of interesting criminal activity from one family, and it does impact us here in the city of Yonkers, so we need to make sure that we pay attention to this stuff, right? The activities of individuals, it shows who they are. It shows their character, right? Their integrity, their, the moral decisions that they make. And can we trust these individuals in elected, to elect them in political office to make important decisions on our behalf? So we have to know who we're voting for. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Again, recently, Yonkers became the third largest city in the state of New York. With over 200,000 people, Yonkers is only going to becoming more populated as the developments continue to go up. However, no matter how populated Yonkers become, it will always feel like a small city. Yonkers is a city where almost everyone knows each other or knows the same people, and therefore to remain somewhat anonymous in the city of Hills, you pretty much can't speak to anyone or make friends. But is that really possible? If you come from Yonkers from somewhere else, maybe if you don't speak to anyone, and if you have a family, it must be a small one, and they should remain relatively unknown. But for most people, that's not the case. For some operating here in the city of Yonkers, it's almost impossible to remain low-key, especially when you have such a large family, and even more so when that family has a history of criminal activity, ranging from medical fraud and prescription drug dealing to sexual conduct with children and corruption. One such family is the Sage family, a family of doctors, former doctors, and lawyers who allegedly have paved the path here in the city by means of cheating and stealing. As we approach the June's primary election, one race in particular, right, we'll have the eyes on it, and that's the race for Assembly, District 90, the race between incumbent Nader Sage and challenger Mike Breen, right? Mike Breen is currently representing District 5 on the city council, and although Mike Breen and the Breen family have already come under attack by Nader Sage and his campaign strategist, Sayegh Jarris, right, using the Yonkers Tribune, that's child's play compared to what the Sage family, as well as members who do not share the same last name, the Sage name, have been up to here in Yonkers. Tonight, I'm going to present the first, that's right, folks, I said the first podcast in my Exposing Yonkers series, which will detail exactly what has and is transpiring in the city that so many of us love. I will go back and speak about past mayors such as Zaleski and Spencer and McCone, and even our current mayor, Mike Spano. What is truly going on in the city of Hills where nothing is on the level? Who are the key players, and how have they managed to place such a tight grip on the city, where a business owner can't secure a permit without paying $5,000 to some shady individual connected to elected officials? Why are they getting away with it? This isn't just the creation of one individual having a difficult time with the city and the building department. No, not at all. As I've learned with CPS, This is a systemic problem impacting businesses and residents across the city, from single moms to immigrant business owners spending all they have on a dream that did not include corrupt city officials. These corrupt city officials extort them for thousands of dollars in order to get their businesses up and running. So now, having become a victim myself, I have made it my mission to inform the people of Yonkers exactly what has been taking place for decades, and like like our school system, why is it always underfunded? And however, why is it now all of a sudden being paid attention to? We're seeing new schools going up with new programs such as the film arts program coming in 2024. Why was the Yonkers $700 million, almost $700 million budget combined, the Yonkers public school budget that is, combined with the city's operational budget? Why would Mike Breen introduce legislation to remove requirements so that the building commissioner position could be given to Sam Borelli? The job, if it is his justification, was because Borelli was going in there to be a great manager. But did he not see that in 2013, Mr. Borelli, as the head of DPW, was suspended for 2 weeks without pay? And why? Well, people were running amok there. He was letting people clock in and go to second jobs and make money. Guys were speeding and they were filing false work orders, making a little money on the side, right? People clocking in again only to go to other jobs and filing false work orders, among the other things. So why would Breen do such a thing now? For the same reason, Tom Abenanti hired Jeffrey Sayegh, who allegedly is the person behind Concerned Yonkers Democrats, that page that may have been taken down recently because I don't see it anymore, or it may have been blocked. A page that went after John Cater because they believe it is Mr. John Cater that is behind basement politics. But he's not. He doesn't fund me. He's not behind me or in front of me or next to me. And he's definitely not on top of me because I would not probably be alive. Just kidding, John. Just kidding. Got to get everyone. Hey, a member of the Sayegh family. Again, another page or group created for political assassination. That's what the Concerned Democrats of Yonkers is. Member of the Sayegh family is the one that created it, according to sources, right? Jeffrey Sayegh is the nephew of Assemblyman Nader Sayegh, who is very close to cousin Sayegh Jerris. Sayegh currently runs Nader's campaign and is behind the Mike Breen attacks, those that were on the Yonkers Tribune. And if you go on the Yonkers Tribune now, you will see the same attacks that were posted on the Concerned Democrats for Yonkers now being posted on Yonkers Tribune. So that should show you that they are working together. It's a pattern and you must pay attention. Pay attention. Jeffrey Sayegh, who was recently badly beaten at Rory Dolan's, had reconstructive surgery or something like that, I heard, according to those familiar with the incident, was given the position for Mr. Tom Abenanti, because he was recently stripped of the Democratic Party's endorsement. Why would he hire Jeffrey Sayegh because of that? Well, in order to get the support and resources that the Nader Sayegh has. That's a large family of voters, money, and of course, none other than Sayegh Jerris. Because when you're stripped of the endorsement, right, from the Democratic Party, that's huge. It's almost guarantees defeat. So he's now grasping at straws and doing everything he can to win. And that means hiring Jeffrey Sayegh in order to get Nader and Zahe's support. So will Tom Abenanti win now that he has Nader Sayegh support for hiring his nephew? Probably not. Probably not. Nader is merely using the desperation of Tom Abenanti's campaign. These candidates want to win so bad that they will get in bed with convicted felons like Zahe, who is known for winning. But where is he known for winning? Where? Nader and Zahe are able to have gotten many people jobs, right? They are a perfect team. Perfect team. Let's go back to the time when Nader Sayegh and the Sayegh family wanted nothing to do with Zahe after he got Sandy Anabi involved in that Ridge Hill scandal that got her sent to jail for 2 years, I believe. Zahe went to jail for 4 years. However, before he went in 5 or 6 of his nephews, 5 or 6, will you imagine that, got jobs at DPW as well as his wife. What, 6 to 7 people just before the man went to jail. Fast forward to 2019, where he popped back up advising his cousin's campaign for city council, Mr. Mike Cater, right, who was challenging then Republican incumbent Liam McLaughlin, who is now the current IG for the city council president position. Beating Liam, right? He beat him for the position, and that's why they still have that bad blood till this day. Beating Liam is a part. Liam is a part of the McLaughlins, right? And I'll be speaking about them also, who will also have a history here in Yonkers, and is another group of individuals I will create a podcast about. I will create Liam's ties to the Republican Party, which still controls Yonkers. Best believe it. However, they control it under a Democrat banner, runs deep. And for an Arabic to beat an Irish Republican incumbent was huge. And not only made Sayegh powerful, but it was also why you began seeing elected officials abandon the Republican Party. Yep, that's right, because they knew it was over. Rubo and others became Democrats. So, and now that's they see this, the change in the city. They see that a lot of the people are Democrats, so it's all about getting the votes. So they'll flip-flop parties. And after that defeat, they knew that you had to be a Democrat to win the city of Yonkers. If an Arabic can beat an Irishman, Republican. That's right. Anyway, going back to the Nader Sage family, they were upset about Sandy and Nabi. They were very upset and wanted nothing to do with Sayegh. However, a political win is a political win here in Yonkers, and it's sweeter than candy, baby. And the Sage decided to change their minds about Sayegh Jarris and accept him in. But they also saw who else was welcoming him back. Who else welcomed him back into the fold? And they knew having that connection would come in handy, or at least they hoped it would, in the event the feds came busting in. Why would the FBI or any law enforcement agency bother with the Sage family? Well, let's talk about it. The Sage family has a history of making poor judgment, and that would and should concern all voters. Isn't that right? Concern Yonkers Democrats? Isn't that right? Nader has a brother named Nadeem, and I think his son is on here, Joseph. Nadeem used to be a doctor until his medical license was revoked, and he spent 8 months for distributing illegal prescription medication. He accepted lavish gifts such as golf outings and Broadway shows, vacations such as cruises, right, and other lavish gifts. As a result, the FBI arrested Nadeem. He pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute narcotics and healthcare fraud. He was writing prescriptions between 2012 and 2017 for more than 50,000 oxycodone pills to an unnamed patient. Folks, we know who that patient is. And co-conspirator in exchange for more than $100,000 in cash, expensive gifts like dinners, whiskey, because I hear he likes Jack Daniels, cruises, and trips to Puerto Rico. Was it Somos? He would put the prescriptions under various names to avoid the state monitoring system. He also admitted to turning a blind eye to patients selling their prescriptions. Nadeem pled guilty to 2 of 5 counts. He was also charged with aggravated identity theft. Then we're going to move on, Joseph. I'm wrong, but it's fact. It's a record. It's there. He pleaded guilty. What you want me to do about it? I'm just repeating what's facts. What's facts is facts, brother. What's facts is facts, brother. Then there's brother and possibly your uncle Joseph, Ricky Sage, an internal medicine doctor practicing in Yonkers. Ricky J. Sage at the time was 44 in 2017 in Scarsdale, pleaded guilty before U.S. District Court judge in Newark related to accepting cash bribes in relation to Federal Travel Act. Ricky Sage admitting to taking bribes in connection with a long-running and elaborate test referral scheme that actually is happening here in Yonkers, or was, and I will talk about that. right? It was operated by Biodiagnostics Laboratory Services, LLC. From 2010 to 2013, Sayegh received $400,000 in cash bribes. Sayegh referrals generated more than $1.4 million in business for BLS. It is believed to be the largest number of medical professionals netted in a bribery case, according to the acting U.S. Attorney, William Fitzpatrick. And this is all public records, which you can go look up yourself. Sayegh faced 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Well, medical fraud seems to be a common practice among the Sayegh doctors, according to sources. Many began their careers at office building located at 102 Park Avenue, not 106 in Park. That's where members of the Sayegh family would go to begin their careers in the medical industry and allegedly learn to commit medical fraud. Apparently, the feds thought so. Sources say that they began to investigate 102 in Park, and that's when everybody went their separate ways. However, as you can clearly see, that did not change their ways. Very recently, another Sayegh family member was arrested, Dr. Ibrahim Rabadi. He's facing charges of forcibly touching sexual abuse and endangering the welfare of a child. He is facing up to 7 years if convicted. 2 female victims reported the abuse from 2018 to 2021, both independently and separately. The DA's office also asked the court to issue an order of protection, keeping Rabadi away from the alleged victims and anyone else under the age of 18. That's right. So he cannot go near anyone under the age of 18. I do want to share some of this information here. Local doctor. So that way you can see, look, Joseph, I'm just sharing, I'm just sharing what I'm sharing here. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Local pediatrician accused of inappropriate touching patients. What does that say there? Ibrahim Rabadi, right? New York doctor pleads guilty in connection with test referral scheme in New Jersey clinical lab. Ricky J. Sayegh, 44, Scarsdale, pleaded guilty before U.S. District Judge Stanley R. Chesler in Newark Federal Court to an information charging him with accepting cash bribes, approximately $400,000. There you go, right there. And you can find this all on online. So it's Tom Abenanti. Yonkers doctor accused of selling a painkiller prescription faces jail time. Nadeem Sayegh, 65. Sayegh Jarris, there you go, walking out of court. Mr. Sayegh Jarris, former business partner, missed a $78,000 tax fraud. And I'll get into that stuff in a minute here and all this other stuff here in a minute. But anyway, folks, you can go check that out. That's why I have it up there. Now, other family members, not all have the Sayegh last name, as you can see there. Some are Rabadis. Another Rabadi related to Sayegh, this one through marriage, I believe, was recently slapped on the wrist for similar activity as Ricky Sayegh. He was giving referrals to Yonkers public school parents and their children. He was referring them to his practice, right? However, he is a Rabadi. He's not a Sayegh, and managed to get his, because he is related to Nader Sayegh, he managed to get his sister off the hooks when cops in Yonkers discovered his sister Lena had a grow house in her home. I'm talking about Dr. Amr Rabadi's sister Lena was arrested for having a grow house in her home on Shanner Place after cops discovered more than a dozen marijuana plants growing there after a car crashed through the home at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, they didn't expect that, I'm sure. I did have it up here. I apologize. Fortunately, everything went crazy. Oh, actually, no, I do. Folks, I try to come prepared. Car slams into Yonkers' home, leading to marijuana grow house probe. Officials say that the incident happened around 3 a.m. at 73 Sharner Place. According to police, a man whose name has not been released, you know why, came down Park Avenue and slammed into the two-family home Following an investigation, more than a dozen marijuana plants were seized from the home. They just bagged everything and took everything, which was crazy, says neighbor Sarah. You know why? Because they were trying to make this go away. The home is just 3 houses down from the city's 4th precinct. 4th precinct, and across the street from Gorton High School. So far, no arrests have been made. Why? Why were no arrests made? Why did this go away? Well, because Mr. Amr Rabadi, the doctor here, chief medical officer, doctor for Yonkers Public School, made it go away when he contributed more than $200,000, sources say, to various campaign donations, campaign funds. Let's look this up real quick, folks. It's very easy. If you guys want to search who's donating and who's receiving money from who, you can go on to the New York State publicreporting.elections.ny.gov. This is Amr Rabadi. Check out how much he gave there, folks. $10,000. $10,000. That was to Latimer for Westchester in 2017. But what's interesting to me was the 2 donations that were made in October of 2020, both for $5,000. One was made October 27, 2020, $5,000 to Mimi Rocha for DA. And then the following day, he made another contribution of $5,000 to Mimi Rocha's campaign. Who is Mimi Rocha, if you don't know? Mimi Rocha is the Westchester County DA. That's right. The Westchester County DA, the one that was doing that, voter registration that was paid by the city of Yonkers. So when those wonder why the DA in Westchester County is not coming to Yonkers to doing a proper investigation, that is why. When the Westchester County DA, when I went to them, sent me to the police, who then sent me back to the DA and did not do anything for me, which is what got me going on my path to exposing the fraud and corruption here in the city of Yonkers. Now, this one's for you. All right, so here you go. That is why, folks. This is why you have to connect the dots. This is why. This is why. And someone called me a racist. I think it's very racist that you assume every Arab is related. I never did assume every Arab was related. These people are related, okay, brother? They're related whether through marriage or through blood, right? And they're connected and they're involved. How did Amr Rabadi get his sister off? She had a grow house right across the street from a school, right? And she got nothing because he donated. How much? Check this out, folks. $100,000. Over $100,000 right here. You can see it right there. All right, let's go to, and then he has his name spelled differently. So you got to go AMIRRABADI. And I'm not a racist. Yeah, that's the funniest thing I think I've ever heard. Here we go. More contributions here at Dr. Rabadi to Lakeisha. $4,000. Look, $4,000 to the committee to elect Lakeisha Collins for Yonkers. Another $1,000 back in 2017 for Carmen Goldberg Velasquez, who have you decided what party you actually want to be on? I think she ran for office on both parties. She was a Republican 1 minute. I think she wants to not be Hispanic. It's okay. Take your last name. You're no longer married to the guy. I don't know how much that benefits you. Okay. Why don't you help the Hispanics out here? All right. Why don't you do that? The Latinos. And you are not the gatekeeper, Carmen. I've been hearing about you and your gatekeeper comments. Carmen, you are not the gatekeeper, Carmen. No, you are not the gatekeeper of the Hispanics in the Yonkers, in the community Yonkers. And we ready to go at it. Let's do this, baby. Let's go to the court. Let's go get the lawyers. I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. We're going to open up everything here in the city of Yonkers. You went and messed with the wrong guy. I'm the guy that has, the resources, some intelligence. Joseph, I understand I'm talking about your father and you're upset about that, but we have to put the truth out there. Since when do you care about your own people, Freddie? Oh, I never care about my own people. Can you give me an example of what it is that you're actually saying? Because throwing out general statements does nothing to for your cause, my man. nothing for your cause. Look at the facts here, right? My sister was not arrested for having a grow house. I didn't pay $100,000 to campaign funds to get her off. All right. I'm not committing medical fraud. My brothers and cousins aren't touching little kids and selling prescription. Your father, let me tell you something about about your father, Joseph. Your father, in doing what he did, possibly destroyed a lot of families. While your family is rich and owns all that property and you're going to medical school, Joseph, right? Because your family can afford it. There's a lot of people whose families were destroyed and will remain that way because of what your father did. So I have no sympathy for the man, okay? Because he destroyed lives and he should have gone to jail for more time. But because of your uncle Nader Sage making that deal, which, by the way, folks, check this out. Check this out, folks. FBI, please investigate potential corruption in religious freedom repeal vote. Yes, they should do that. They should do that now and investigate why did Nader Sage all of a sudden change his vote, right? Why did he change his vote when the Speaker of the House spoke in his ear? Was it to get your dad home sooner, Joseph? Is that what it was? Was it to get daddy home sooner? Huh? Okay. All right. I'm the wrong one. I'm not the one. And what your dad did was horrible, because I know a lot of people whose lives were destroyed because of prescription drug pills and fake pills that they put out there, because doctors like your dad would get them addicted. And then when they go to jail, they have no supplier. And then now they're going to buy these fake ones or turning to heroin. And that's a huge problem here in the city of Yonkers, one that they're trying to hide. And a lot of doctors have been on it. And your family in medical fraud and all that. And it's all right there, Joseph. I'm just sharing the information. Don't be mad at the messenger. Don't call me a racist, okay? And don't say that I don't care about my own people, all right? Your father doesn't care about his own people. You guys don't care about your own people. You've divided the Jordanian community for your own benefits. Look at your church. It's divided. Why does Rabadi have one side and why does Nader have the other? Huh? You guys, and then you guys hire a criminal. You guys involve yourself with a convicted felon. Why did your dad give half the car wash to Sayegh Jerris? Answer that question, Joseph. Why? Yeah, do they? What have they done for the fan? What have they done for the city? What have they done for the city? What exactly? Tell me exactly what have they done for the city? What? What? He's lost his license. Now he had to give that car wash over to Sayegh, right? Why did he do that? Why is he partnering now with a convicted felon? Guy that gives free car wash. You better tell your dad to watch himself, because he's stealing some of y'all money. All right? You better watch yourself. Watch yourself, guys. So if you involve yourself with convicted felons, if you have a history in your family of selling drugs, committing medical fraud, how have they done so much for the city? Right? How? Your uncle sees homeless people and people addicted to drugs every day as he walks into his office, and all he's trying to do is sell it for $6.8 million to AMS in a strong arm tactic, I hear. All allegedly about that. But everything else I posted on there, you can find it online. And I understand you're upset. You know, we pay taxes just like everybody else. Yeah, okay. Well, you're stealing the money. You should at least pay the taxes, right? Doesn't matter if you pay taxes, if you're committing medical fraud, and if you guys are making money by selling prescription drugs illegally, right? And destroying communities, Joseph. Do you know what that does to communities, Joseph? All right. So, you guys should, do something to make up for that. Do something to make up for that, the family, right? And then look what else is happening. You guys are getting people off because you're donating to contributions when anybody else would have went to jail for a long time. Anybody else would have got arrested and went to jail for a long time, but not if you're related to the Sayeghs and you spend money on financing campaigns for people, right? Dr. Amir Rabadi or Amir Rabadi is the chief medical doctor for Yonkers Public School, a position that pays over $225,000 and allows for about 20 hours. He has a 20-hour work week, gets paid over $200,000. Well, Dr. Rabadi was able to get his sister off the hook by making over $200,000 in campaign contributions. But to who? And you can go up there and see that. The city council president was one, George Latimer, Mimi Roca. $10,000. Damn, you like them that much? making that money, right? Was that some of the money you made by referring Yonkers parents and students to your practice and facilitating all those contracts with the COVID testing and all that? They slapped you on the wrist. They gave you a slap on the wrist for that one. Slap on the wrist. Well, the biggest donation was to Latimer for Westchester, $10,000, as well as two $5,000 contributions in 2020 to Mimi Roca. In fact, he gave $5,000 on 10/27/2020 and another $5,000 10/28/2020. Why to the DA and why so much? $10,000 in 10 days? You just writing out checks of 10 grand like nothing, man. Jeez. Sources say Emmer Rabadi or Dr. Rabadi, through the connections of Native Sage, was able to assure his sister would not go down for the marijuana grow house at 73 Shannon Place after a car slammed into the two-family house at 3 a.m. where cops discovered more than a dozen marijuana plants. All the doctors had to do was make about a $200,000 more donation in political donations. That's it. That's what Native Sage has been up to as assemblymen. But apparently, according to Joseph, they have done so much for the city. So what? Please, right? Because political office here in the city of Yonkers for some is all about the deals you can make. You can sell your votes, you can sell your legislative ability and all the other connections that you have to make money and enrich yourself. How did you guys get all those properties? How? Doing what for the community? What? Why is it that some people are in politics all their lives, yet they have money like if they started Amazon? How is that? Public service all your life, but you got multi-million, multinational corporation money, right? And all these properties here in the city of Yonkers. Go look into how those properties were purchased. Again, he sold his vote on a religious exemption for vaccines. His vote was the deciding vote. After having something whispered into his ear by the speaker on the floor of the assembly, Nader, to the surprise of many, changed his vote. Nader is also known to pander the Hispanic community, my community, and he's not Spanish, and it's over for that. All right. Hispanic community, as if he himself is Hispanic. The Jordanian community are split, unhappy with the rift caused by politics, right? For example, the split in the Jordanian church with Nader on one side and Rabadi on the other. Nader, like many in the Hispanic and Black communities, is a sellout, focusing on enriching himself, his family, and friends. He has provided jobs for family members such as Sarah and Michelle Sayegh, who both work for the city, both making one is making about 30-some thousand. The other one is making, I believe, like $84,000 as an assistant to Tom Meyer over at DPW. Then they got a man by the name of John, I can't pronounce the last name, D-O-U, I believe, A-D, who became an attorney for Macy's because his dad support Nader so much, that owned the gas station there, that he was able to get him a job at Macy's. But this is a guy whose father, this attorney's father, right, is harboring his uncle who killed his aunt because she married a Muslim. Came over to the United States to hide out, no extradition treaty. We're good to go. Let's start up gas stations, be rich, support that guy. He's going to hook you up with a job. That's how it works. So he got the job at Macy's after the 2021 election as a favor to the gas station owner, a huge supporter of Nader. The same man who is harboring a fugitive brother wanted for murder in Jordan. Then there's Jeffrey Get Beat Up Sayegh, the man allegedly behind the Facebook page Concerned Democrats, Yonkers Concerned Democrats, who put up a post about John Cater. However, either Concerned Yonkers Democrats blocked me or they took the page down because I can't find it. Another interesting fact is that the Yonkers Tribune is now posting the same information about John Cater as was in that post that was created by Concerned Yonkers Democrat. So there you go. That's a pattern. You know who's running the Yonkers Tribune and who's running that page, Concerned Democrats. It's the same individuals that are hooked up to the Yonkers, the Committee for a Better Yonkers. We're going to look into that as well, because you messed with the wrong guy when you screwed me for my permits. You made it personal. I'm making it personal. Let's go. Another interesting fact, I already told you about that. It's getting very clear here what's going on, right? It's getting up. Anyway, moving on to upcoming stories, because I'm about to get up out of here. It's already 34 minutes. This is part 1 of my Exposing Yonkers series. I will be speaking about the various families, scandals, and criminal activity going on within our city. The illegitimate children that are allegedly alive and well, that multiple sources has now confirmed the cocaine habit, the cocaine use while at political events, and the prostitution. Yeah, that's right, folks. That's not allegedly. That is definitely not allegedly, because I've seen it with my own eyes. That's right. So DOJ, District Attorney of Southern District of New York, State Inspector General, State Attorney General, I'll point you in the right direction. I'll point you in the right direction. Okay. That's right. Prostitutions. There were police captains, politicians, and you know who you are because you were there. I saw you. That's right, folks. Prostitution. You know how much these son of a bees was out here? They were taking them for $1,000 a whop. Some dudes went twice. I was there. I saw you, and I know the people that we have to subpoena. Let's go to court. Let's go to discovery. I want my permits in those contracts, man. I'm going to go all the way. The time is now, folks. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the bullshit. You came after me and made it personal when all I wanted was help from you guys, right? You didn't like the fact that I was calling you out for not helping me with DSS, and then you went and got Rubros and freaking whatever the idiot's name, Brian Harrod, that sits on his ass all day doing nothing. You then continue to try and hurt my business, which ultimately impacts my family. And so now I'm going to impact your family. Okay. I will be filing complaints with the state IG and the state AG and Southern District of New York. I will be reaching out to them until they reach back. Okay. Also, the Westchester County DA. Hey, Mimi Roca, what was them $5,000 donation from Amber about? Had nothing to do with his sister getting off the hook, did it? I will point them in the right direction. I'll provide all information that I have uncovered, along with information provided to me by the people, because change is coming. And I am a Latino who loves my Latino family and my people. So how dare you ever say I haven't done that for my people, because you have absolutely no idea who I am. And if you all did know who the hell I was, you probably wouldn't have done this shit, but you done did it. And now we're going to war. And I don't care what you say, Joseph. I don't care what you say, Sayegh and Rabadi and whoever else, because none of you put fear in my heart. Not one of you. Any which way. Remember, I said that. And that plaque, take that plaque out that car, right? All right. You know who you are. Take that plaque out that black Mercedes, okay? Mr. Sell NY, take that plaque out. We going hard. And next podcast, we're going to ask the spouses to do paternity tests. Some of you are going to be shocked, okay? This is according to information. Allegedly, I'm going all out. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, the prostitutions while police officers were there. Holy crap. That's right. And that's a fact, because there's evidence to back it up. So if you want to, let's go. And we will go, because Freddie is done with the nonsense. All I wanted to do was help my community. And because you were afraid that this Hispanic Latino businessman who was now on News 12 and Channel 47 Telemundo, who's doing stuff for the community, might be a threat to you politicians. But I never wanted politics. I didn't care about no damn politics. All right. I just wanted my permits, and I wanted you guys to help me with that DSS issue. All right. And you sent your moles to try to get information on me. And they told me because eventually they folded. All right. And sending people to come and harass me and the prank calls. Well, we're going to go all out now. Okay. I suggest you say, Freddie, how can we help you? Let's work together, because if not, I'm going to put it all out there. Real estate deals, all of that. The illegitimate children, all of that. And I'm going to present facts. There's going to be documented evidence. This isn't just hearsay. It's not just hearsay. Watch me. I'm around. I got the pictures. I know where you be at. My investigators are on your asses. I'm Freddie Vasquez, based in politics. Joseph, I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you for commenting so damn much. I appreciate it. Joseph, what I put out there on that information, I got from news articles, Joseph. So go to the news articles that put that information out there and tell them to correct it, okay? Because this isn't fake, right? This isn't fake. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Sam Borelli, Yonkers DPW, why don't your son pay that $5,000 he stole and pay that $60,000 you guys are getting sued for? And if the man got suspended, how is he going to be a better manager at the building department that's having so much crap if he got suspended for mismanagement? DPW makes no sense. Here you go. Look, local pedophile touching. Here you go. What else? Doctor pleads guilty in connection with test referral scheme. All right. What else? Look at the money that Amber is 5,000 here. This is 2. But let's go over here. Where's the other one at? I'm gonna type his name in here. Amber with 2 M's. Rabadi. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. Sorry. Amber Rabadi. This is all facts, baby. It's all facts, baby. It's right here, baby. Okay. It's right here. $10,000 to Latimer, $5,000 to Friends of Cater, $5,000 to Mimi Roca, $5,000 to Mimi Roca, $5,000 to Mike Spano, $5,000 to Andrew Cuomo, $5,000 to Andrew Stewart Cousins, $4,500 to Mike Cater, $45.58 to Mike Spano, $3,000 to Friend. All these Democrats. Why? Why? Huh? Car slams into building. Here you go. Car slams into Yonkers home, leading to marijuana grow house. No arrest. Had that been a black or Hispanic man, we would be in jail. Okay. And they would have probably beat us up first and then taken us to jail. Right. But because this is a person that's connected to somebody here in the city of Yonkers, somebody who makes a lot of money that can contribute money to campaigns, that's the deal that was made. Okay. That's the deal that was made. Right? Here you go. The new commissioner's son company owes me $5,000 for pulling a permit he never pulled, as he said he had a contract in City Hall. How do you have a contract in City Hall? You know what that means? I got connections and I can do this illegally. Now, look, my dad is up in there. Okay. All right. That's illegal. Okay, that is illegal. So when is Mimi Roca, when is the state attorney general, when is the state inspector general going to come down to Yonkers, Westchester County over here, Yonkers, and investigate? When? Nadeem Sayegh, 65. Look, 2012 to 2017, more than 50,000 oxycodone pills. Where is the twist there? Where is the twist? Where is the twist? Huh? Where? Where's the twist? Expensive dinners, $100,000 cash, trips to Puerto Rico, whiskey. You risking it for whiskey? Really? Look at this man carrying his shit as he comes out of court. Okay. Sayegh Jarris, former business partner, missed a $78,000 tax fraud. Where? What were they doing this at? Oh, they were doing this in a gas station and car wash. Oh, look at that, Joe. Like Nadeem. Are you guys doing that again up in Thornwood? Huh? Are you guys doing the same thing up in Thornwood? Or you said you were paying the taxes now? You said you pay your taxes now. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Look at the Yonkers Tribune. Northern Westchester and City of Yonkers, indivisible, John Cater, Congressman Jamal Bowman, Mediterranean people and committees. What the hell? And this is fake, folk. You can't even get a subscription. This is just for the insiders. This is just for the people that are scheming and scamming, okay? Go and try to subscribe. Where do you subscribe at? Where do you subscribe? It says log me in, but where do you subscribe? How? How do you subscribe? This is for the insiders so they can do their scheming and plotting and their propaganda. And then Ms. Judge Ada Medina, who hired Sayegh Jarris for absolutely no reason, is raising money for what? This is what goes on here in the city of Yonkers, folks. They raise money for their own well-being, to enrich themselves. There's no candidate. There's no one running against her. There's no challenger, and no one is going to challenge her because the last guy that tried to challenge her, that wanted to challenge her, he even went and got permission or tried to get permission to challenge her. They destroyed him. They went after his brother over there at DPW and made it difficult for him and said, if you even think about running, we're going to fire your brother. That's what they did to the dude. They made it so hard for him that the guy said, forget it. So Judge Ada Medina, do you think that's fair? Do you think that that's okay? Is that how you want to win? All right. I know you're selling yourself on the Latina thing, right? But your connections are all through the Arabic community through your stepdad and Sayegh Jerris, buddies, right? So this is what he's doing now, using you to make money. Be careful, all those who are now, being supported by Sayegh. You saw what happened to Sandy and Nabi. Don't think it won't happen again. And with Freddie Vasquez here now, putting it all out there, it just might, because I'm going to be making calls on Monday. That's right. And the best is yet to come. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. I'm tired of this shit. All I wanted was my permits, right?
Let's get it popping.
That's right. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. No one cares. Your podcast sucks, but you came on it to write that, you dummy. I think you have a hyperrhodism and your eyes are bugging out. Yeah, they're big eyes. Look at them, Joseph. Are you mad because I spoke about your dad destroying communities? Huh? Is that why? I'm skinny and cold. I'm skinny and cold. Okay. I've always been skinny, by the way. Well, thank you. I appreciate you giving me medical advice. Are you going to cheat my medical insurance if I go to you? Oh, man. Thank you. Why don't your Uncle Nader come on the show? Huh? Why don't your dad come on the show? Is it one-sided? Because it's right there. It's in the news. I mean, I simply shared the news. I mean, go call Lohud. Go call Local 13. Go call whoever, News 12. Go call all these other people. They're the ones that put it up there, Joseph. And people do care about my podcast. Yo, that's a hater comment. Joe, you Spanish, yo. You must have got a job. They must have hooked you up. Did they hook you up? You have to be one of the guys that hooked up, because you Spanish and you got hooked up. Folks, I'm out of here. People care. Why'd you comment so damn much? It's over for you guys. It's over. Any which way. Trust me, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Money talks, bullshit walks. Money talks, bullshit walks. Always. Remember that. People are hungry out here. Right. Thank you for joining me and commenting. Thank you. And as a matter of fact, this is one of the most watched shows, Joel. So thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics.
Let's get it popping.
That's right, folks. Thank you for watching today. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered, the podcast that is growing and growing and growing. And all I'm doing is sharing information that's out there. You can go on Google and look at it yourself. Read it for yourself and tell me if I'm lying. Don't hate. Never be a hater. What I learned in life is hate gets you nowhere. Do the right thing. Have good intentions in life. Do right by people. Otherwise, karma will come back to bite you in the ass.
Yes.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers Public Schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey. Like I said, political games that are being played. You could have... Like I said, political games that are being played.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
No! No!